It is May 15th. I am going to try to do a 24-hour reading vlog today. It is exactly 8 o'clock, so I'm going to try to read for 24 hours. May it be listening or, reading physically. So the physical book I'm going to try to read is Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarians by Brandon Sanderson. Here's the cover because it doesn't look that cute. And this is my physical book because it has illustrations in it. For one of the reading challenges I'm doing this month, I need to read a book that has illustrations. And then my audiobook that I'm going to listen to as I'm running some errands is going to be one of the group picks, and I can't remember. I think it's like Winterborn House, I think, or it's something with house at the end, and it's about this girl. She lives with her grandparents or her aunt and uncle. They don't really like her, and she gets sent to this house, and there's a lot of mysteries afoot. So my goal is to finish today. I really, really want to finish watching some background videos, so like some YouTube videos. So my goal is to finish this today. It's only 300 pages. I think it's very, very doable. Also, the font is super big. Because my next reading vlog, I would like to read some sequels, which I have not been doing. So that is the plan as of right now, is to read this. I'm going to go watch some YouTube videos. I'm watching a lot of Mafia reviews. A lot of the people's had Mafia reading vlogs the past couple weeks. I'm watching those. I'm going to read a little bit of this. And when I get to about 50 pages in, I will give you guys an update. I've never read any of Brandon Sanderson's middle grade books, so I'm really excited for this. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. A quick update. I did wind up reading about 50 pages in Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarians by Brandon Sanderson. This book is like action-packed right from the start, and unlike Wild Sea Witch, which I read in my previous reading vlog, I like the tension right off the bat. So you follow this character named Alcatraz, and he's sort of telling you the story from the present. So he's telling you a story that happened to him when he was younger, and he lives with a bunch of foster homes. He doesn't really know a lot about his parents, but he only knows he's really good at breaking things, and he tends to like drive his foster family crazy, and he gets taken from their house. One day he gets an inheritance from his parents, which is a bag of sand, and things go haywire. Then his unexpected grandfather comes to visit him, and he says that they have to go about and save the world, and I am here for it. They have really, really pretty illustrations as well. So I'm going to head to town. They also are having a fair. I wish the fair was yesterday because it is a crappy weather day today, which is just the fate of living in New York City, New York, because sometimes we have really, really nice weather, and most of the times we don't. Sorry, I live on Long Island. But my goal is to make some listening progress onto my audiobook. I will talk about that when I come home, and normally before yoga, I read at least 50 pages in my book. So I'm going to bring my wallet with me. They have a fair. Sometimes they have some fun little things. We are heading to the end of the year, so I may get some gifts for my coworkers for the end of the year. We are heading to that time. I was going to go to the city today, but we pushed it back a week. And yeah, so I will talk to you guys when I come home, see how much progress I have made on this, see how much listening progress I have made, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, friends. In the sun, because it's such a pretty day, and I have to really soak up these days outside while I can have them. So I did want to say that I wound up going to yoga. I sort of broke my book buying ban, but in my defense, it was a charity shop that was at like a fair that I went to, so I don't really consider it breaking my book buying ban. Just like if I went to get some books from publishers, that doesn't count. But buying books from traditional stores do count. So I bought a couple of historicals just because I really do want to read more historicals this summer. So that is a plan. I bought a couple that I heard Peace Love Books chat about, which is very exciting. I also did make some pretty good progress on my audiobook, Winter House or something. I'm like 40% into it. And I've also made a bit progress on Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarians. Not as much. I'm about 60 pages into this. This one is a jam-packed story right from the start, which is what I was looking for when I was reading Wild Sea Witch. Really liking it. It's a fun read. It's just developing the world. I'm thinking I'm going to do like a middle grade review of like the middle grade series I've started, and if I'm going to keep reading them, that will probably come up in the summer when I have a bit more time to film. But when I get to page probably like 125, I will give you guys a more solid update. I'm going to spend the rest of the time reading. My goal is to finish this today, go for a bike ride, and see how far I can get into the other books. So that's my goal, to do 24 hours of reading for you. I'll probably update you guys a little bit more frequently. Maybe I'll update you guys when I get to page 100, just so I can make this reading vlog a little bit longer. But yeah, so so today's a good day. It's a nice sunny day. We're heading into summer, my favorite season. So yeah, the event was fun. Yoga was fun. Liking this book. I just want to really sit down and really focus on it. So that's the plan. I will talk to you guys when I have read a bit more of this, and I'll chat later. Bye, friends. Do a quick update. I did wind up getting up to page 104 in Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarians. It is a lot of premises I've read before in books, like all sort of mashed up, but I'm liking it. It's a very, very fast-paced story. I like that we are being thrust into this world as like Alcatraz, because he is in the librarian control world, but then you're also learning about the Hushland through the grandfather. So it's a very, very interesting, compelling reads. Reminds me a lot of the Ink and Bone series I read by Rachel Kane. I never actually finished that series, but I read book 1, and it had like the librarians as like a very, very lot of like a lot of control. It also always, whenever I read books like this, it always reminds me of like the 39 Clues series, because it takes like the modern world and gives it like a twist, and I love those books. I like really love that series back in the day. It was such a fun series. So I'm gonna read another like 50 pages and try to give you guys another check-in. I'm also watching my YouTuber videos, which is really exciting, and I would like to go for a bike ride at like 2, a longer bike ride, so I can make my way through Winter Greenhouse, which I think is what it's called. But yeah, I'm going to go back to reading, put on my sunglasses, and I'll update you guys when I read a bit more of it, just to like give a framework, maybe like 50 pages, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. Do another quick update. Sorry for the weird angle. I'm just going to sit outside until I can't anymore. I did wind up getting up to page 118 in Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarians by Brandon Sanderson. I'm really liking this book. It's a very interesting narrative style. I feel like I'm a part of the story. Like, he really is just talking directly to you, and like from a future point in this series. So like, you know he's going to be okay. You sort of know the end of the story, that everyone believes him to be a hero, and he sort of believes himself to be a coward. And the book starts off with him getting this bag of sand from his parents, or those people he believes is his parents. The sand gets taken, and that kind of exposes him to the worlds of the librarians and the Hushlands, which he was really unaware of. His grandfather, who he never knew, comes to get him, and they go on a quest to kind of get this sand back, but they have to break into the librarian. They have a team of people working with them. I'll try to show you a picture. This is like one of the pictures. So it is illustrated, which does one of the prompts for the reading challenge I'm doing, which is great. I'm really liking it. It's a very, very fun read, like really engaging, really, really fast paced. I love that there's a quest or like something they're hunting for. It sort of reminds me a little bit of reading Fablehaven by Brandon Mull, because there was 2 very, very different worlds. One the modern world and one the fantastical world. So that's sort of like what this is, but it also reminds me of reading Casper Talk and the Everdark Wings by Abby. I don't know, it's like a 3-book series. Very 2 worlds, but our world is definitely the one that Alcatraz is very, very familiar with, obviously. But he does a really good job fleshing out both those worlds. I'm really not surprised, because Brandon Sanderson is probably one of the best world builders I've ever really read. So, I'm going to go back to reading. I'm going to get up to page 150, give you guys an update. My goal is to read for another 45 minutes and then go for a bike ride. Take this with me, because it's just a gorgeous day. So, and I would like to charge this at some point so my computer doesn't die. So, once my battery gets sort of low, I'll probably charge it and go for a bike ride. But I will take you guys along for that adventure, at least my thoughts, and I will report back when I read about 50 more pages. Bye, friends. Right here. Sorry, yeah, my glasses. I just don't feel like getting my actual glasses. But I did wind up reading about 50 more pages. I'm about halfway done with Alcatraz and the Evil Librarians. I'm really enjoying it though, like quite a bit. It's just that he has a very, very fun way of writing it. I kickstarted him like for his books in 2023. And one of the books reminds me a lot of the narrator in this story, the one that was like about the guides. If you can go watch it on his channel, it's there. I think it's the 3rd Seeker Project, I think, but it was like not set in his big world. But it's just really, really interesting. I feel like we're having like a conversation, and he's sitting down for coffee telling me this tale, and it's just so many elements that are just sort of wrapped up. Like, it's just really, really fun. I think reluctant readers would really, really like this, because it's just constantly new things. Like, every place they go has something different. It reminds me a little bit, when I read Order of the Phoenix, when they were in the ministry and they had like little rooms that had like different elements to it. it's just really, really fun. I'm really enjoying it. My goal is to read another 50 pages and then go for a bike ride. That's the plan, at least. Sorry if my glasses are dark, or my eyes look different. They are. I just have them on top of my head. But yeah, I'm going to read about 50 more pages and give you guys a check-in. Bye, friends. I did wind up taking about like an hour off. I have today's Sunday, so I always like prep for the week, and was just doing a couple of little things. I read like 50 more pages in my Brandon Sanderson book. I'm really liking it. It's definitely action and adventure. I really like him as a narrator, him telling me the story in just a fun way. And I made a significant progress on Winter House, which has been my audiobook. I've been trying to read this book for like 2 weeks and just been super distracted. I really am liking it. I think it'll be a perfect like winter read. I'm reading it obviously in the spring, but I think it's a really, really fun read. Very, very potentially magical. It reminds me a lot of the Mysterious Benedict Society, so I'm really enjoying it. My goal is to finish the Brandon Sanderson book tonight because I only have like 100 pages left and I read it pretty quickly. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish my audiobook very, very honestly. I probably will finish it, but I'll probably finish it tomorrow at work because I have some prep periods and I'll get it done tomorrow before I have like 1,000 episodes to watch because all my episodes drop on Monday, so I try to get through my audiobooks. But yeah, so I'm gonna go eat some dinner, and then I'm gonna read for a little bit, and then I'll update you guys. Bye, friends. Quick check-in. It is about 5:34. I did wind up reading up to page 225 in Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarians. I'm loving this writing style like quite a bit. He really does take you out of he is taking you out of the story, this narrator, but it's just so funny, and I think reluctant readers would really, really like it. It is super action-packed, super fun. I'm really liking it. I love that there is like a point to this story. There is like a clear actionable point. Some of the middle grades I read this month, they were a little bit more meandering. This has a clear point. It's very, very clear for audiences to understand, which I'm really enjoying, and I'm just loving his narrator style. Like, really am. I think that this is definitely a series I'm going to want to keep reading. I'm going to try to see if I can get, because I got this so long ago when I still shopped at Book Outlet. But yeah, my goal is to read like at least another 25 pages and then give you guys another check-in. But I want to make sure I have everything ready for work tomorrow. Mondays are always my worst. I always sleep the worst on Sunday nights because I'm always afraid I'm going to oversleep to go to work in the morning. But today was like such a nice day, and like I'm just hopeful the weather keeps staying this way and doesn't like get worse because I am a summer person. I love summer weather. It's my favorite thing. It's my favorite season. But yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to go make sure everything's ready for work, read another 25 pages, and update you guys again. Bye, friends. Just want to do a quick update. I did wind up getting up to page 250 in Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarians. Really am liking this book. We're getting to the tail end. I'm still very, very fond of the writing style. I'm just invested. I really, really like it. I'm definitely going to have to get book 2 and 3 in this series. I'll probably do a thrift book haul probably like early summer, probably right after I get back from BEA. But I'm thoroughly loving this book. I think it's perfect. It's exactly what I needed, and I've really been craving something that was jam-packed, action-packed, and I just love the writing style of this story. Like, I really do. It's very tongue-in-cheek. It reminds me a lot when I read Fresh by Margaret Wood. It's just a fun writing style, and normally middle grade stories for me are definitely like my bread and butter. Like, I devour middle grade because they're normally so well done, and this is no different. I think it's also interesting because you sort of go in knowing that this character doesn't think he's a hero, and those are the characters that I love the most, so I'm just really enjoying it. I think it's also fun that you have like an older set of characters as his team that he's working with. You do have one younger character, but the dynamics are super fun. So yeah, I'm going to read the rest of this, and then we'll give you guys a check-in. We'll see what time it is. We'll see if I'm going to keep reading or if I'm going to just end this reading vlog. Probably going to keep reading because, yeah, I just had a really, really good weekend. Like, it was just a nice weekend. It was relaxing. I feel like I got a lot done, and yeah, so I'm going to go read 50 more pages, and then I will give you guys an update, and we'll check in. I also did want to say that my audiobook will probably get finished tomorrow. But it's very, very, it reminds me a lot of the Benedict Society as well. Like, that book reminds me a lot of that one, and I'm just really, really liking it. So, but back to reading, and I'll report back. I want to give you a quick update. I did wind up getting up to page 274 in my read. I am enjoying it. I'm right to the tail end of it. We're wrapping it up. I'm going to see, sorry, there's a fly in my room. I'm going to see how I enjoy the rest of it. I'm curious to see how the book is set up, but I really do like the cast of characters. I think it's a very, very quick, engaging read that I read in about a day, which I think was the whole point of this reading vlog, just to see how much I could read in a day. And I think I read about 2 books in a day, which is pretty good. If I would have listened a little bit more this morning, I probably would have finished my other audiobook, but I'll finish that tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this up, and then we will chat base and see what I want to do. Do I want to watch some TV to wind up the day? Do I want to read a little bit more? We will decide, but I'm going to go finish the rest of this, and then we'll check in. I'm finishing Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarians by Brandon Sanderson. I really like this book. I'd probably give it like 4 stars. I thought it was a really, really quick read and one that I devoured. I think the writing style and the way the story was written was really unique, and I just flew through it. It sort of reminded me of reading like an adult fantasy book, because a lot of books set in those worlds are set like from a preview, like a character's point of view way in the future, and they sort of look back on their past. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm definitely going to have to get more of the books in this series and maybe grab the audio, because I think I would just like the audiobooks of this more. So I'm going to look on that up on Audible and see if the audiobooks exist. Sometimes they do. But I'm happy that I picked it up. So this also, let me get my my bullet journal, because that's going to sort of dictate my next reading vlog, to be very honest with you. Okay, so I still need to read a book that has a brightly covered cover and one from a new to you author, and a book that's under 300 pages. So, all right. Well, what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take a little bit of a reading break from middle grade. I think I'm going to take like a week off and just tackle these over the weekend, because over the weekend I tend to read like shorter things, and that's what middle grade is. I also have to go on a few adventures next week. So in this reading vlog, I finished reading Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarians, which means I read about 300 pages in a whole day, which is not that bad for me. And I also did get the title. I'm also like halfway through Winter House by Ben Gunderson. That is the first book in like a young adult mystery series, very reminiscent of the Mysterious Benedict Society, that I'm also really enjoying. So I'm going to cut this reading vlog off, set it to post, and I'm going to go start my next reading vlog. But for me to start that, I need to figure out what I actually want to read next week, and I'm not there yet. So I'm going to go figure out what I want to read. I'm kind of tossing up 2 different ideas for a reading vlog, and I don't know which one I'm going to focus on. But hope you guys are staying safe and being well, and I will talk to you for my next reading vlog. Bye, friends.